Alright guys, what's going on? This is Otis here, and today I got a nice little fun gameplay and, and commentary, definitely for sure. And 3 out of the 4 people in our squad, including me, ended up having a perfect game where at least we didn't die. I know one of the guys only went like 3-0, I went 7-0, and then another guy who was number 1 in the game went 12-0. That was in our squad. And the people I was playing with is one guy from work, Huffer Puffer, and then the other 2 are subscribers. So if you need some, some people to play with, add them. Why not? It's good to try to max out the friends list with people who are playing Battlefield, or at least other games that you like, so you're able to play with people who are good. And it's just a much better experience. And so for the first like 3/4 of this gameplay, it was pretty much just me just running around in the tank. There wasn't much action, so in like the 12 minutes or so, I only get like 7 kills. But it was overall, I think, a pretty good gameplay. It was pretty much more of like a defensive gameplay where I was just getting points and just holding on to the points, making sure they didn't get them. And I'm going to say a little bit of tactics in this video too, and then I also need to give away a headset on the Xbox that I'll explain a little bit in a later too. But this is a perfect example if you're on a tank-on-tank battle and it's 1-on-1 and maybe even like 2-on-1 like it got towards the end of the clip right here, where I'm shooting at the tank and it's 1-on-1. There's an open tank, and so Iconic goes and he jumps in the tank, and he's pretty much what I ended up doing once he jumped in the tank was I backed up, because if you're by yourself in a tank and there's another one around, there's a Jeep around, or maybe there's some people with rocket launchers shooting at the tank, you want to back up and give that space so the tank focuses the attack instead of on you to the guys around you, because you want the tank killing them, and then you want to kill the tank so you can get all the credit be the hero. And so that's just a good little fun tip, that I would recommend if you're in the tank using that. And the next thing too is, don't be afraid to run around and capture points, because that's what I do here. I go between A and C pretty much the whole entire game until I end up capturing their helicopter, which was pretty freaking hilarious towards the end of the game. Then I ended up capturing it because it was actually disabled, and he lands in front of me, and I ended up shooting the helicopter pilot while he was jumping back into it after repairing, it's pretty nice to steal the helicopter at the very end, of course. And I only get 1 kill at like right before the game ends, and then Iconic ended up spawning in there because he's the only loser on our team who ended up dying, and so he got a few kills gunning at least, and so that was nice. I can't wait to unlock below radar for the Xboxes. That's my next unlock in the attack helicopter, which pretty much once I'm able to get that unlocked, it's just gonna be unstoppableness finally again too. And we get to this headset too that I need to give away pretty much. And originally, I was a PlayStation gamer. I got the PX21s that a guy that I game with ended up giving them to me, which was nice of him. That was like a year or so ago. He ended up giving to me, which is funny because I got my headsets for free, and then I got my Xbox for free too from my boss, who ended up giving that to me. But I didn't know I could use the PX21s like on the Xbox, and so when I got the Xbox and when I went to go buy Battlefield and Modern Warfare 3, I ended up getting the X12s, which are like the lowest headsets that you can use for the Xbox, and were the ones where you get like audio and you get the gameplay through it too. You get them through both. And so pretty much now I have 2 headsets, and I'm only using the PX21s now for the Xbox and the PlayStation, because I finally figured out how to do that, because all I needed was a little cord that you plug into the remote controller, into like the little I don't know, volume control box, whatever it's actually officially called. And so now they've been collecting dust since I've had the Xbox for like 6 months. So if you don't have any headset at all and you want to play with me, or if you have a crappy one like I don't want to name any names, Iconic Flow, just let me know, and I'll pick someone and I'll send it to you. As long as you're in the US, at least I'll send it to anywhere in the US, and I won't UPS it because that's where I work, and we are a horrible shipping company, to be honest with you. And so hopefully they don't get damaged. But I mean, they're brand new. I mean, I've had them for maybe like 5 or 6 hours of gameplay. It's not much gameplay even on them too, so they're basically brand new. I'll ship them to someone. The only thing you're going to need is the 2.5mm cable that you do plug into the Xbox controller, into the volume control box, whatever it actually is. And so that's only, and they're like $2 or $3 at Best Buy. I might even buy one before I end up shipping it to where I whoever I end up picking and stuff. And so at least, you know, just leave a comment saying, you know, why you want it or whatever. Or if I play with you and you just got like a horrible mic, you know, I'm just probably gonna send it to you. So I mean, we'll see who I end up sending it to. It's just it doesn't really matter to me because right now I just have no use for it. You know, I don't want to put it on eBay. It's not like the money or anything. So I'll just give it to somebody who's gonna use it actually. So that'll be a nice little gesture, I think. Just, you know, which is nice. And I know it's coming up. Oh no, in a few more minutes. I have the most epic landing in the helicopter too, a little bit later on, and that's another thing too that I wanted to say that I'm slowly working on. I'm working on some epic landing and repairing little montage I have coming up pretty soon. Hopefully, whenever I get done with it. And what the other montage I wanted to do was, oh shit, I just forgot. I forgot what it was. I was gonna do 2 montages. I think, landing and repairing, and then epic, just like, just landings. Just crazy stuff where, like, I hit objects and then the plane, like trees, like a building, and I land. And same thing for the helicopter, too. Like, later on, you'll see, it's just like, what the fuck just happened? But, so those are the 2 montages that I'm starting to work on. I do have a nice gameplay that will be in my next commentary that's coming up, tomorrow. Roadkills with the vehicles. So I had my little clip where I had the nice helicopter road kill, and then I had the nice epic like plane kill where I killed the guy flew through the fence. You can say that freaking 3 times fast, and I ended up you know, killing him, which was I thought was pretty epic. Well, a lot of you guys agreed with it too. And so I've been trying to kill people with the helicopter and airplane, road killing them lately at least. And so hopefully I'll have enough clips to make a montage soon. But the gameplay I was talking about, we were on peak on rush, and I was just being a douchebag asshole in the helicopter trying to land on people with it. And I ended up getting the RPG a few times, and then towards the end of the game where they were on the last points where they just needed to plant those and win, I ended up actually jumping to a tank and deciding to help the team actually, which was pretty I would say nice on my part at least. And so I ended up going, I think it was like 15 kills in a row or so in the tank before they finally ended up killing me. And I just basically single-handedly just ended up turning the tide in the game, just because we were outnumbered too before I ended up getting in the tank. And then once I got in the tank and wrecked my havoc, a few of them left. And then at the very end, after they killed me in the tank, one of the guys decided to land their helicopter in our base, in our spawn, to try to go and run backwards to plant on the objectives. I got in the helicopter, told my guys he was going to go plant it. They ended up killing him, and so the last like 2 minutes I was trying to roadkill people, and I finally ended up finding a sniper that he was standing up near the big yellow dump truck, and I ended up landing on him, and it was just a freaking hilarious kill. So that will be in that gameplay. And I think I finished. Here's where I steal the helicopter, where he decides to give me a perfect little gift where he lands it in front of the tank. And pretty much the reason why I didn't want to shoot at it, because most people when they're landing the helicopter, they're either A, picking up someone, or B, repairing because they absolutely have to. And so that's another little helicopter tip that I would definitely suggest to everyone, is if you're disabled, look at your health percentage, because that guy was at like 35 or whatever, and that's like the very like lowest like amount of percentage of health when you actually get disabled. And so he could have actually flown to like where I originally landed it and it'd been completely fine, but what he ended up doing was landing it in front of me. And so I got out and I tried shooting and knifing him, and then the knife obviously missed, and then I ended up shooting him once he jumped in the helicopter, got it in, it repaired it. And the epic landing is coming up pretty soon. But one of my new clips that I'm working on too is the helicopter versus airplanes. And so I'll just give a little tip on that right here, to where if you have planes engaged in your other planes and there's no helicopter around, you know, I would say go for the airplanes. And I'm swamped when it wants to. I know, say in the comments, you're not an anti-aircraft plane, you're an anti-ground plane. But you know, what you want to do is you want to pick one plane, you want to get the lock on them, you want to fire that first missile, and then if they don't have flares, or if they've already used their flares, you know, fire that second missile. And most of the time you will get a disable if both missiles hit. Sometimes you don't, just depending if they have like the maintenance on, or just, you know, you don't really get a good hit on them. Then also, too, if a plane's flying directly at you, like he was a little bit earlier, what you're going to want to do is get that lock on and then fire both of your missiles pretty much like when the plane gets as close as possible to you, because what's going to happen is pretty much 9 out of 10 times it's going to be a decent pilot or a crappy pilot. They're not going to be able to flare or use their ECMs in time, and so you're basically going to be able to hit them and disable the vehicle, and then by the time your helicopter turns around, reload at least one missile, you'll be able to get another missile off and be able to finally finish off the kill. And so I'm going to have a more in-depth helicopter guide coming up too. And the first part's just going to be helicopter versus helicopter, then it's going to be helicopter versus airplane, and then the last is going to be helicopter versus tanks and ground units, which it's pretty simple, I would say, to kill like tanks and ground people. It's just everyone has trouble with the oh, here's the landing where I was just trying to be point whoring and greedy. And you know, I was doing a nosedive pretty much towards D before they captured it, and they ended up ping-ponging and bouncing all over the trees. And I don't know how we didn't blow up, but I definitely have to say we should have blown up, but we didn't. And I think it's right here where I ended up getting my one and only helicopter kill, which is, you know, all right, because you actually get more points if you're a pilot and your gunner actually ends up killing someone near a point objective, which is pretty nice because I believe you get like 160 points if the gunner ends up killing someone on a point that's spotted by the squad leader. And so that's another thing too, you know, if you're the squad leader, always point the objectives out, because even though, you know, yeah, it's only 20 points, but if someone's in a vehicle, that 20 points can actually really add up, and especially if you haven't unlocked everything, it just overall, it really helps you. And this is, I almost probably stole the kill here from whoever was in the tank. And that's just because, you know, ended up buttering them up and stuff, and you know, he ended up jumping out, I think. Oh no, I disabled it, and then he stayed in the tank, and the other guy couldn't finish off the job, which was all right. And I think yeah, I forgot about that, where we probably would have crashed, so I was coming in way too hot. But it was just one of those things that, you know, the game ending actually ends up going and saving your ass. And so hopefully you guys like this gameplay and commentary. I know it was kind of a little just sporadic, just me talking about every little thing here and there. But thanks for watching, guys, and hopefully you enjoyed it.